Welcome back to Coder Beans. This is the third part of our JavaScript step-by-step guide, Basic Concepts. Today, we'll be diving deep into the world of JavaScript, a dynamic programming language that's integral to the modern web. JavaScript breathes life into static web pages, enabling interactive features and creating a more engaging user experience. From simple alert pop-ups to complex web-based applications and games, JavaScript plays a pivotal role. As part of our step-by-step guide series, we're going to break down JavaScript's basic concepts, making them easy to grasp for everyone. So whether you're a seasoned coder or just starting your journey into programming, today's video will help you build a strong foundation. By the end of this video, you will have a solid understanding of JavaScript basic concepts. We kick off this tutorial by exploring JavaScript variables. To start with, what is a variable? In the simplest terms, a variable is like a storage box that can hold different values. In JavaScript, a variable is created using the var, let, or const keyword followed by the name of the variable. For example, varName creates a variable called name. Now what about the different types of variables? There are three main types: var, let, and const. Var is the most common and can be used throughout your program. For instance, varName =coderbeans assigns the string coderbeans to the variable name. Let, on the other hand, is a bit more restrictive. It's used when you want the variable to only exist within a certain block of code, like within a function or a loop. For example, let age =25 assigns the number 25 to the variable age, but only within its scope. Const is for constant values, those that you don't want to change. For instance, const epi =3.14 assigns the constant value of pi to the variable pi. It's worth noting that JavaScript is a dynamically typed language. This means that you don't have to specify the type of data that a variable will hold, as you do in other languages like Java or C++. JavaScript automatically understands the type of data based on the value you assign. You can store a string in a variable, then later store a number in the same variable. In summary, variables in JavaScript are used to store data values. They can be declared using var, let, or const, depending on the scope and mutability of the value you want to store. Understanding variables is fundamental in JavaScript, as they are used to store data values. For details, please visit Coder Beans' website. Now that we have covered variables, let's dive into JavaScript data types. JavaScript has a number of built-in data types to represent different kinds of information. Primitive data types are the most basic data types in JavaScript. They are immutable, meaning their values cannot be changed once they are assigned. JavaScript has 7 primitive data types. Firstly, we have the string data type. This is used to represent textual data. For instance, hello coderbeans is a string. Next, we have the number data type. As the name suggests, this is used for numerical values. It can be an integer, like 23, or a decimal, like 3.14. Following that, we have the Boolean data type. This is pretty straightforward and can only hold 2 values, true or false. Booleans are often used in conditions to decide which part of the code should execute. Then there's null. This is a special keyword in JavaScript that represents the absence of value or no value at all. It's not the same as 0 or an empty string, but rather, it's a complete absence of anything. We also have undefined. This is another special data type that indicates a variable that has been declared but has not yet been assigned a value. Number 6, symbol, introduced in ECMAScript 6, represents a unique and immutable value, often used as object property keys. For example, let unique symbol equal sign symbol, description. 1. Big int, introduced in ECMAScript 2020. This data type allows you to represent and perform operations on integers that exceed the limitations of the number data type. Here's how you can declare and use big int. Non-primitive data types are more complex and can hold multiple values and objects. Unlike primitive data types, they are mutable, meaning their values can be modified. The object data type is used to store collections of data and more complex entities. An object can hold data in a much more flexible and customizable structure than the other data types. Each of these data types has its own purpose and use cases. Understanding when to use which data type is a fundamental part of coding in JavaScript. It's a bit like choosing the right tool for a job. You wouldn't use a hammer to screw in a bolt, right? Knowing the different data types in JavaScript helps you to handle data more effectively. It's a crucial step in your journey to mastering this versatile language. For a complete list of data types, please check our website. Next up is JavaScript operators. Operators, in the simplest of terms, are symbols that perform specific operations on 1, 2, or 3 operands, and then return a result. Let's start with arithmetic operators. These are pretty straightforward and are used to perform mathematical operations like addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, and so on. For instance, if we have two variables a and b, we can add them using the plus operator like so, a plus b. Next, we have assignment operators. These are used to assign values to JavaScript variables. The most common one is the equal sign, which assigns the value on the right to the variable on the left. For example, let a equal sign 5 assigns the value 5 to the variable a. Moving on to comparison operators, these are used to compare two values. They return a logical value based on whether the comparison is true or false. For instance, equal sign checks if two values are equal, while equal sign checks if they are not equal. Lastly, there are logical operators. These are used to determine the logic between variables or values. The three basic logical operators we have in JavaScript are and Oregon, and not. For example, if we have two Boolean variables, a and b, we can check if both are true using the and operator, like so, a and amp b. To sum it up, operators are essential in JavaScript as they allow you to manipulate data. They form the backbone of any calculations, comparisons, or decisions your code will make. So, understanding how and when to use them is crucial to mastering JavaScript. Remember, practice is key when it comes to coding, so don't shy away from trying out different operators and seeing the results for yourself. Operators are essential in JavaScript as they allow you to manipulate data. For more detail, operators, check our website. Comments in JavaScript are like notes you write in your textbook to remember important stuff. They don't affect your code but help you and others understand it better. We've covered a lot of ground in this video. We've ventured into the world of JavaScript, diving into important basic concepts such as variables, data types, operators, and comments. These are the fundamental building blocks that you'll be using again and again as you continue your coding journey. Remember, understanding them thoroughly is key, but knowledge alone isn't enough. It's practice that truly refines your skills. So, don't just stop here. Take what you've learned and start writing your own scripts. Experiment with different scenarios, challenge yourself, and don't be afraid to make mistakes. In the world of coding, every mistake is a learning opportunity. And as you continue to learn and grow, we'll be right here, providing you with the guidance you need. In the next part, we will dive into control flow of JavaScript. Stay tuned, happy coding. So make sure you subscribe to our channel, Coder Beans, for more content like this. Hit the bell icon to get notified about our new videos. Don't forget to like, share, and comment as your feedback helps us to improve and deliver better content.